I have great pleasure in welcoming you all to this unique function. It's a rare privilege for me, and I am blessed today and honored to introduce Acharya Srivatsa Goswami, the illustrious son of Sri Purushottam Goswami, who was having a very close association with our Guruji. Acharya Srivatsa Goswami comes from the family of eminent scholars and spiritual leaders at Sri Radha Ramana Mandir of Vrindavan. He is a leading figure in the Vaishnava tradition. He has toured extensively to participate in conferences on philosophy, culture, and give lectures in major universities around the world. Sri Goswami had been a visiting scholar at the Harvard, Heidelberg, and other major universities around the world. His book, Celebrating Krishna, was received with much acclaim. He is a director of the Vraja Prakalpa, a multi-year, multidisciplinary research project. 8 volumes have been published so far on various facets of Vraja culture and history. Among other commitments, he is devoted to interfaith relations worldwide and is presently working in the field of making alliance of religion and conservation, and is connected with several important international peace and environmental movements. Goswami was invited by the Archbishop of Canterbury and the President of the World Bank to represent Hinduism at a historic meeting of the world religions at Lambeth Palace, London. In 2007, he was a resource person for religion to the meeting of over 40 heads of state in Vienna. In 2009, he was invited as a plenary speaker at the centenary celebrations of the American Academy of Religions. In 2011, Pope invited him to the Vatican. In 2012, he was one of the main speakers at the Inter-Religious Harmony Week at the special function of the General Assembly at the United Nations. Last year, the President of India gave the Lifetime Award of the Sangeeta Natak Academy for overall scholarship and service to Indian culture. It's indeed a great pleasure to us to have him with us for this holy function. Thank you very much.
सर्वसिद्धि प्रदायिने सर्वमंगलरूपाय सर्वानंदविधायिने गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. But not heeding to his warning, I dare to say a few words as my offering at this Vardhanti Mela. This Vardhanti Mela puts lot of meaning into the prayer we offer always at our Gurudev's feet. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. And this Mela, we are celebrating the grace and compassion of the 3 Gurus, Sri Swamiji, Guruji, and Sri Namaji. I have been wondering, and you might wonder too, that why I am trying to invoke the 3 gods and the 3 Gurus together. You may agree or disagree with me, but I strongly feel that the Guru has to perform the 3 functions. He is our creator, he is the sustainer of our being, and he is also the destroyer par excellence. The two I can understand, one who creates and sustains, but why shall I pay my respects to the one who destroys me? Maheshwara. And out of these three, who is the Maheshwara? Swamiji Maharaj to me is the Brahma. He creates the being. And after the creator, I do not bring in the sustainer, I bring in the destroyer, the Maheshwara. And Maheshwara is no one but Guruji, Sadgurunath Haridas. Why Maheshwara? Guru's ultimate job or the primary job, both, is only one. Gu and Ru. He has to destroy our ignorances, our darknesses, our deficiencies, and he makes us unlearn. And unless he destroys our ignorances, can we move? We cannot. And these gurus also sustain us, and Namaji gives us that compassionate touch of love which can sustain us. I will just add to that these gurus are always adored for one reason, that they want to take us from avidya to vidya, from death to life of immortality. And that can be done only if we follow the yoga dharma. And we all know kalau nasteva 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 gatiranyatha harer nama harer kevalam. So in that fashion, the yoga dharma, although prescribed by Srimad Bhagavata, it culminates with that injunction, nama sankirtanam yasya. But the book will not help unless the book is lived by someone. The preaching will not do unless someone acts. And for that, Sankirtanaika Pitaro, Yuga Dharma Palo, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descends amongst us, and he preaches that Nama Sankirtana, which is the Yoga Dharma. And he says that this Harinama is a total package for human redemption. Cheto Darpanam Arjanam, it cleanses our heart, and Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam, it quenches the fire of suffering in this world. Vidya Vadhu Jivanam, it is the essence of all the learning we can accumulate in our life, and that is also Shreya, the ultimate goal of our life. But in the end he says, Sarvatma Isnapanam Param Vijayate Srinama Sankirtanam. It totally quenches our soul and body altogether. But the problem is, he raises a problem, and the problem is Nam Kari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamitaha Smaranena Kalaha Etadrishi Tavakrapa. That there is no rules or injunctions or time or any binding to take the sweet name of the Lord. But still, Etadrishi Tavakrapa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Kidrisham. My misfortune is so tall that Iha Jani Nanuraga, that I have no affection and attachment to take the name of the Lord. Take the Lord. The Naam is there. We are taking it. But the Naam is not becoming Namananda. And that is the third Guru. He's saying the Nama will become a Namananda only if you listen to Chaitanya. Trinadapi sunechena taro riva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. We can do all these things, but the last two injunctions are very, very difficult for us. We as human beings, how can we get and shed our own egos? That is the only earning. Since birth, I have accumulated me, mine, our. What will I be without the me which I have accumulated since my birth? And the Guru is saying, unless I destroy you, you will not have the Ananda of Nama. And that's what the Guru does. We glorify all the three gods, but today I want to celebrate more the Maheshwara. The people sitting in this room and in this world today are only of two categories. One, those who were personally blessed by the vision and listening to the words of Swami Haridas Guruji. And some who did not have that fortune. I am lucky that I could meet him, I could spend time with him, and I could listen to him a lot. Although long back, more than 30 years back. The last thing which I reminisce about him is that he decided to disappear visually, materially from our eyes in his own way. There was no other way that Guruji could disappear from us. It is not a mundane leela. It is the way a Guru can disappear. Because Guru avidyam mrityum tirtva vidyayam mritamashnuте. The Guru has to transcend death to teach us the lesson of immortality. And that is precisely what happened in the Sangam of Alaknanda and Bhagirathi. He transcended death because he as Maheshwara, he is Mrityunjaya. He is Mrityunjaya. Only among the three, Maheshwara is called Mrityunjaya. Maheshwara. And why I say that? Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te. And the Shastra says, Namati Buddhya Suyeta. There will be a great asuya, there will be great fallacy if I see at my Guru as somebody who can die. It will be the biggest sin I can commit in my life. And the Lord himself has said, Acharyam mam bijaniyat. Acharyam mam bijaniyat navamanneta karhachit. There is no division between me and Acharya. And then when this Acharya and Guru decides to be away from our eyes, he chooses Ganga. Because he is not merging in a water body. He is merging in the Lord himself. He is merging in his own being, the cosmic being, Lord Krishna. Because he says, Shrotasam aham Jannavi. Among the water bodies, I am Jannavi, I am Ganga. So it was not just a flowing water from the Himalayas, it was the Rasapurna Dhara of Rasaraja Shri Krishna, in whom Haridas merged. And that was a call of Krishna. It was not the call of Guru to go into him. Krishna called him because Krishna is waiting to worship his Haridasa. And that is the custom and history of Vrindavan Bihari. You know, which God Lord Krishna worshipped in his life. He never goes to any temple. Only one God he worshipped in his life. And Bhagavad is Praman. And I give you the clue, 10th canto and 24th chapter. Which Lord? Lord Krishna worshipped. Krishnam Anitamam Rupam. As one Rupa, he is worshipping the Lord. And in one Rupa, he is merging with the Lord. And that is none else but the Govardhana Maharaj. Giri Govardhana. Giri Govardhana is called Haridasa. In Venu Gita, the gopis say, we are no devotees of Krishna. We don't love him. We do not know how to serve him. There is only one person in this world who is Haridasa Varyaha. The best among the Haridasas, Haribhaktas. And that is Govardhan Giri. So in Dwapara, Shri Krishna worshipped Govardhan Giri. But in Kali Yuga, he is waiting to worship another Haridasa who is Haridasa Girivara. Haridasa Girivaryaha. And this way, the Aradhya and Aradhaka become one. As the Guru and his student, after the Samavartana, become one. After this loving relationship between Hari and Haridasa, when it is totally one, Priya Priyeva Samparishoktaha, they have totally embraced, and there can be only one medium which can bring Haridas to Hari, and that should be a Rasapurna medium, and the Rasdhara is the Bhakti Dhara. Tulsidas called Ganga as Bhakti Dhara. Ganga is Bhakti, Yamuna is Karma, and Saraswati is Jnana. And in the Bhakti Rasapurna Dhara, Haridasa Giri traveled to his own Hari at the gate of Hari, Haridwara. I have no more words to share with you. You are more blessed. I envy all of you sitting in this room. You got more bliss, more compassion, more grace of these three gurus than me. But whatever little I could get, and thanks to my Reverend Father, who has sent his heartfelt greetings and regards to that departed great soul, who was not with us, who is with us, who is with us, and who will always be there. Sadgurunath Bhagwan ki jai, Sadgurunath Bhagwan ki jai, Sadgurunath Bhagwan ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.